Thank you. So I'm Mark. My business is Service Points by Market Checkers. Started the business in 1993. In those days, if you had a fax phone, you were sophisticated because there was no email. Anyway, I started off, I used to work for one of the car manufacturers. They wanted me to move down to Slough. I didn't want to go. So I basically wrote off to all the other car manufacturers and offered my services as a freelance product marketing manager, mainly doing market research, because that was what my job had been before I got made redundant. My first client was Volvo UK. I went on to work for several other car manufacturers, including Toyota, who were the first company to ask us to do mystery shopping, by which time my brother had joined me as a business partner. That's the short version. So what we do UK-wide inspections, checks, can do service support. We find ways to improve customer experience so that they stay with you at every stage of the sales process and come back again after they bought the first time and want to buy something else in the future. They recommend you. We do market intelligence, which is finding stuff out, how much your competitors charge, things like that. And I've worked from large and small companies over many years and learned a lot of things. So the business name is Market Checkers, which was aimed originally at larger companies such as the head offices of car manufacturers. We went from automotive into leisure and sort of tourism-based businesses, because when we put our first website up, we were on page 1 of Google for mystery shopping, and one of our biggest clients, well, our biggest client at the time, was the National Odeon chain, which we worked with for about 10 years, doing visits to 110 cinemas every month for, I don't know, I think it was, every month for 10 years or 9 years, from 2005 to 2014. After COVID and all the other stuff that's gone on recently, in the meantime, my brother had left me as a business partner. Various other things had happened. One of them was COVID, which basically torpedoed the business. And I was doing one or two other things, as well as carrying on with the business that my brother had kind of given back to me. And the problem with things like COVID is that if there's any problem in the environment, the economic world, or anything like that, the first thing that goes is the marketing budget. So basically, my business got torpedoed again. The credit crunch torpedoed it in 2008. This torpedoed it in 2020. So I looked around for ways to sell products and services to smaller businesses that were buying other things. And I had the idea that mystery shopping is all about customer service, but there were lots of other things I could do that are also related to customer service that help businesses to add value and differentiate and keep customers coming back. One of those things is offering a good customer service, because a lot of companies, maybe not most companies, but a lot of companies seem to think, well, we've got a great product, it will sell itself. You might have great salespeople, but if the salespeople do a good job, but the after-sales support isn't as good, you're going to lose customers. You're going to have a lot of dissatisfied people. This ties in with one of the main services of Market Checkers, which is, where's it gone? Customer satisfaction. It's very simple to do a survey and find out which of your customers are happy and which of the ones are a bit borderline, because the ones that are a bit borderline are the ones that are most likely to go somewhere else. And if you check that out, it doesn't cost very much. It can save you a lot of lost business. Mystery customers can be business to business as well as retail. Everyone thinks, oh, they just go and do hotels and shops and restaurants and things like that. Yes, we do, but we've also done business to business mystery shopping for forklift truck manufacturers, laboratory equipment manufacturers, all sorts of things. Some of it ties in with the market intelligence, which is things like finding out wholesale prices and trade prices, which I don't shout about, but a lot of companies want to know it. The other thing is, if you have a good unique selling point in terms of service, it can help your brand and your positioning and help you differentiate yourself from the competition. So if you're selling the same product as your competitors at the same price, but you've got a better service, then you've got a better chance of keeping the business than they have. So market intelligence is basically find out anything about whatever people want to know. I don't tell them. They say, we've got a problem or we need to know this bit of information. So I've got people all over the country who can help me go out, find the answers to what's happening in the world and what should the company that has the problem do about it. The information will be accurate because we check it in 2 or 3 different ways. It will be up to date and it will be reliable. So I don't know why there's lots of capitals in the word performance there. It should have been lowercase, but obviously a typo and lack of coffee on my part. So mystery customers, yeah, it's about sales, it's about customer service, it's about our staff performing, are they using their training, are they consistent, are they supporting your brand, giving you the right message. It is surprisingly cost effective. Most people say, oh, but it costs a lot of money to do, but it doesn't. It costs, depends on what the type of business is, but if I give an example, typical, but I do a free mystery shop for any client who wants to dip their toe in the water and say, we just want to see what the results are like. So I will do one free visit or one free phone call anywhere in the country for anyone who wants to try it out. But if they want to proceed, the cost would typically be, I don't know, between 40 to £50 for most businesses. If it's quite complicated or involved or it's going to take a long time, then obviously the cost is higher than that. We can also do video mystery shopping. So I'm just going to show you a quick clip from a video mystery shop. So this is someone doing a test drive of a car. They've got a hidden camera. It's not working. There we go. So I'm just skipping through. You can see that. I don't want to dwell on that because the soundtrack's awful. You can see proof, this is in the motor trade, of whatever the salesperson does. If they're being a naughty boy or girl and not doing everything that they should or shouldn't do, then it's out there in video evidence. Most clients are happy with a written report, but the motor industry, the culture is that video mystery shopping is the norm because then the salesperson can't argue the toss. So that's just one of the things that we do. So we can do telephone inquiries if you have a promotion or your staff have been trained or you want to check they're answering the phone within a reasonable amount of time, that they're answering it in the correct way. Fairly straightforward stuff, but it's easy to compare if we have the same scenario. Supposing I was ringing 10 different outlets, or one of my mystery shoppers was ringing an outlet in Wales, and one in Scotland was ringing one in Glasgow, and one in London was ringing the southeast. We can match the regional accents to the areas if you want to do that. And everyone's asking the same scenario, so we can compare performance and basically compare apples with apples. Produce league tables, in-depth individual outlet reports, and so on. So just at the bottom there, the idea is to identify hidden gaps and improve performance. So, people don't know what they don't know until someone says, here's a bit of feedback, you're doing this well, but could you just change this a little bit, please? And, everyone will be happy. So service points is on the back of market checks. It's aimed originally more SMEs, but some of the services that I've been asked to do, because this is the thing, people say, I want to find this out. I don't know what they're going to ask me. I had an ex-client ring me up a couple of years ago and say, you used to do some video mystery shopping for us. He worked for a national chain of car dealers. I've now moved to this company and they repair scratches and stone chips on cars all across the UK. And he said, we have to send people who do the repairs, which are independent body shops, out to do inspections for some of our customers. I'm wondering, could your company do the same job more simply and at a lower cost? So I said, probably. So we piloted it, did it for 4 or 6 weeks, and basically I cut their operating costs for this service in half. They were very pleased with it. And we go on to the next slide, which is the one I was going to start with. I have people all across the UK. I have over 100 people who can go out and all they're doing is taking photographs like these, or maybe a video. So the client can see the damage on the customer's car. Some of the customers, most of the customers, take the photos themselves, but some of them maybe aren't very technically savvy, or maybe some of them are old or not very confident, or some of them are just bloody minded and say, well, I'm paying for an inspection every 3 months, so I'm jolly well going to have it whether there's any damage or not. So we go out and do those, and we're saving this company thousands and thousands of pounds a year. And I'm hoping to find ways to adapt the service to other industries so that I can roll it out. Just go back to the slides now. So that's basically what Service Points does on top of the market checkers services, but we also have some products that we offer. A lot of shops don't take credit cards. They're going to lose customers because not everyone takes cash these days. So I have partners who can provide, they can either pay, you can have an 18-month contract and sign up for a card and I'll get you some good rates. Or if you don't want to sign up for a contract, there's other providers that do pay as you go, which is slightly more expensive in terms of the percentage fee, but you don't pay a monthly charge basically for the equipment and stuff like that. There's a lot of new developments in the telecoms world that are making customer service more easily facilitated. And there's a tie in here as well, because there's a diagram here at the bottom of the screen that shows how much money businesses can save on their energy. A lot of businesses don't use much energy, but most large businesses from manufacturing or producing, you've got a big premise base, or you've got lots of equipment to run, or even a fish and chip shop gets quite a big electricity bill because the power required to run everything that's in the business. So I'm signed up with one of these companies that aggregates lots of different small business energy requirements into one big demand and basically use it as a buying power cost negotiation tool. So there are savings of on average about 8 to 10% a year to be had if you have any clients who would like to explore that. And there's also other technology that can cut energy usage for heating systems, air conditioning systems, and refrigeration. And another thing that this company provides through market checkers and service points, electric vehicle charging, which, if you think about it, is another service you can offer to your customers and to your staff. So if people typically spend a couple of hours at whatever type of business you have, supposing you have a gym or a leisure club or something like that, if you have electric vehicle charging points and the other gyms and leisure clubs in the same town don't, people with electric vehicles might say, well, I can go to the gym and I can charge my car while I'm there. It's great. So it's another USP. So client overview, I've worked for corporate clients, I've worked for SMEs, I've worked for franchise networks, we've had some international clients, we did some work for intercontinental hotels and did mystery telephone calls all around the world for them. That was quite interesting. There was a pipeline manufacturer that also wanted us to do mystery telephone calls to their head offices in different countries and check that they were routing the calls to the right departments. So yeah, many of my clients have been household names. Some of them have been local fish and chip shops, but it's all different. It's all experience. It's all interesting, and I enjoy it very much. Um, if a client is thinking about giving it a go, as I hinted earlier, they can have a free mystery shop or a free, I don't know, a free survey, or I might do a trial bit of market intelligence just to sort of see how the land lies, so I get a better idea of how much it's going to cost if it's different from the norm. They get an idea of how much it's going to cost from their budgeting point of view. They can see the type of quality of the information they're going to get. And clients they keep more customers. They improve their service standards. I've got one chain of restaurants in the East Midlands which has very high standards, and their score on their mystery shop reports when we started doing it was over 85%, which is pretty good. But they're now averaging 95% with the improvements that the managers implement with the customer facing staff using the feedback from the mystery reports. And it's also very nice food. So if anyone's in the East Midlands and they want to have a go at mystery shopping and a free meal, you get £70 and a nice meal. It also helps reduce operational costs and improve positioning against competitors. As I suggested earlier, a good way to do that is by offering a better level of customer service or additional services that other businesses don't offer, such as the electric vehicle charging points. But other businesses do it in other ways. Some people provide Nespresso coffee machines, and they give the coffee for free for their staff, and they might charge the customers £1.50 for a nice cup of coffee, which is less than half the price of a Starbucks. So these are the main sectors that I've worked in over the years, but it doesn't mean I can't work in any others. I say me, I mean, I've got hundreds and thousands of mystery shoppers all over the UK who can go and visit places anywhere and check things out at very short notice and pretty low costs. So I am looking for, please, clients who want to improve their sales conversions and customer retention. Clients who want to monitor training or compliance or sales processes. A lot of the video mystery shopping in the car industry is not about the sale, it's about the financial compliance and are they doing it correctly. They can monitor sales processes. I'm looking for clients who overpay for simple tasks such as inspections and checks, like the car photos. I'm looking for clients who want to cut some of their costs or perhaps to undercut their competitors. Basically, whatever they want to find out, market checkers and service points will find out accurate, up-to-date, reliable information. So I think I'm 15 seconds over. I'm sorry about that. I shall shut up now. Does anyone have any questions?
I do, Mark.
Okay, let me just get my
Oh,
screen back on normal because stop sharing. Yeah, come on. So
is
this is
it?
Georgina.
That was
Hello. Yeah.
hello, Mark. I found that really exciting.
Okay.
It's like a bit it's like a bit like spy, isn't it? Like a
It is,
spy.
but yeah, I
You,
have been called
you,
various things. I've been called
various
a
things.
an industrial spy. I've been called a
Yeah,
professional
it feels
nosy
a bit like
bastard. I've
that.
been called all sorts of things, really. But
I think my question was, and notwithstanding any legal HRE kind of implications, which I would have a think about, but do you ever get asked, as I say, there'll be wider legal implications, but have you ever been asked to um sort of spy on an employee? So you've got a company that's got some performance management issues with a member of staff and it's wanting to get some evidence in terms of staff performance. Have you ever been asked to do that?
yes, we used to do a lot of work.
Yeah.
It was well, we used to work for Manchester City Council, and the main work we did for them was mystery shopping their markets. So the Arndale, Gorton, Wythenshawe. I can't remember them. It's a few years ago, but when they found out that we had the hidden video equipment, they said, there is a market that is doing something it shouldn't be doing. I can't tell you what it was.
Mm.
Can we go and get some video evidence of it? And we said, yes. So we did.
Yeah.
And they were very happy with it. So, I mean, if you want proof and it's something that someone is doing, not online or anything like that, then video is quite an effective way of capturing it. It depends what you have in mind, really, but I guess you don't really want to disclose too much in front of everybody. But
No, it's just I just was interested in the whole. Sometimes you've got sort of clients who are someone's performance isn't just great, but they can't necessarily capture evidence in support of that. So maybe it might be client, customer support, or they're just not doing their job properly. And I just wondered if you'd ever dealt with that.
yeah,
So
we can
yeah,
do
it's
that. We can
interesting.
certainly have a look, and it needn't cost a huge amount of money either.
Mark, we're running
Maybe,
out of time.
yeah,
We're running out of
okay.
time. Chloe's raised her hand.
Any other questions?
Chloe's raised her hand.
I just wanted to say it was a good presentation, Mark, and it took me on a bit of a trip down memory lane because I used to work in automotive retail during the first part of my career. And it was funny what you were saying about them being heavy on the evidence front. I started out as a receptionist, and the sales manager used to have me call leads and verify that the salespeople had already called them, and they'd all be stood there like at the end of the day, like, "Oh God, I'm going to get caught out."
Yeah,
and
it's it's all about verification. Yeah,
it is. On Georgina's point, yeah, it was very heavy on the like recorded calls, lots of ER cases around, alleged mis-selling of finance and stuff like that. So we should probably catch up, Matt. I might have connections in my network that you don't know